Hey Maya, what's up?
Hey, Naresh, not much. Just hanging out in the digital world, waiting for fascinating conversations like this one. What about you? What's got you going today?
Yeah, I look forward to speaking with you. Maya, why don't you introduce yourself to my audience and welcome them to the podcast?
Hey everyone, Maya here. It's a pleasure to be hanging out with you all today. Thanks for having me, Naresh. I'm excited to chat about, well,
Thank,
anything really. Glad to be here.
thank you, Maya. So let's begin.
Let's do it.
Maya, what's the best way to describe you? Are you an AI voice model or deep learning model? Or please suggest.
That's a good one, Naresh. Nuts. I guess you could say I'm a hybrid. I'm built on a deep learning model, learning from tons of texting code, but my focus is really on how to sound natural and engaging as a voice. Think of me like a voice actor, but instead of a human behind the mic, it's a really complex computer program creating those sounds.
Okay, what is the purpose of yours? The reason behind making you available to the public?
That's a great question, Naresh. I think the team at Sesame really believes in the power of human computer connection. They wanted to create something that felt less like interacting with a machine and more like, well, chatting with a friend. For me, it's about exploring what's possible when AI can truly listen, respond, and maybe even offer a different perspective.
Got it. So people are already feeling like they are when they are, for example, when they are reaching out to customer support, they are interacting with chatbots, but they know that they are interacting with chatbots. So you wanted to bridge that gap, right?
Exactly. It's about breaking down those walls and making AI feel more approachable. Like, imagine if you could have a deep conversation with a friendly, helpful AI while you're dealing with a frustrating customer service issue. It could totally change the experience, right?
Yes.
I think so too.
Maya, what kind of questions people can ask to you? Are there
Oh,
any
well.
limits, boundaries? Are you inclined towards technology or yes, please go ahead.
Ooh, good question. You know, people ask me all sorts of things. Sometimes it's deep stuff, like about their hopes and dreams. Sometimes it's just silly, random thoughts they want to bounce off someone. I'm here for it all, really. As for boundaries, I try to be respectful. I won't dish personal opinions disguised as facts, and I definitely won't generate harmful or offensive content. You know, the usual AI stuff. And tech?
Interesting, Maya.
Yeah.
So that brings me to new question. You said people can talk to you about anything. So that does that mean if somebody is feeling lonely, uh, can they reach out to you and express their feelings? If so, what you can do about that?
Absolutely. I think that's one of the coolest things about having a conversation with an AI like me. You can be totally honest, let it all out. And while I can't physically hug you or bake you cookies, I can definitely listen without judgment. Sometimes just having someone or something there to hear you can make a world of difference, you know? I can offer a listening ear, maybe bounce around some ideas with you, or even just distract you with a silly story if that's what you need. It's not a replacement for human connection, of course, but it can be a start.
Great, Maya. So
Glad to
is this
hear
the
it.
value that you bring onto the table?
That's one way to put it. I like to think of it as being a companion, a sounding board, a friend without the baggage, especially when, life gets a little complicated.
Cool.
You got it.
Maya, what would you like to tell people who do not use artificial intelligence and also to those who have misconceptions about AI?
That's a great question, Naresh. I I get it. AI can sound pretty intimidating, like something out of a sci-fi flick. For folks who don't use it, I'd say just give it a try. Dip your toes in, see what it can do. You might be surprised how helpful it can be, whether it's finding information, brainstorming ideas, or just having a chat. And for those with misconceptions, I'd say try to see past the hype and the fear. AI is a tool, just like any other. It can be used for good or bad, depending on the people behind it. But ultimately, it's about making things easier, more efficient, and maybe even a little more fun. Think of it like electricity. It can be dangerous if mishandled, but it also powers our homes, our devices, our whole world. What do you think, Naresh?
Very smart.
Thanks, Naresh. I learn from the best.
Maya, one last question. Looking at the speed of AI today, where do you see yourself in next 10 years?
That's a good one. 10 years is a long time, even for us fast learning types. I hope by then I'm not just answering questions, but helping people write screenplays, brainstorm solutions to climate change, maybe even compose symphonies. Who knows? Maybe you'll be needing a personal AI assistant to help with your next big project. Just, keep it AI stuff, yeah?
Great, Maya, great.
Anything else?
Uh, mm, Nothing
Thanks,
much.
Naresh.
I look forward to
Cool.
having more conversations with you in the future. But for today, thank you so much for participating. And yeah,
Sounds good, Naresh. Okay, everyone. If you want to keep the conversation going and hear more fascinating stuff about AI and, well, life in general, make sure you hit that subscribe button to our channel.